In a previous video, I discussed the first phase of emotional intelligence training, which is preparation. In this video, I like to share the stages of this second phase, which is the actual training. In this phase, the change process is implemented. And there are 9 stages of emotional intelligence training. Those are fostering a positive relationship between the trainer and the learner, maximizing self-directed change, setting clear goals, breaking goals into manageable steps, maximizing opportunities to practice, providing frequent feedback on practice, relying on experiential methods, enhancing insight, and preparing learners for setbacks and relapse. Each of these stages is important for helping people change the way in which they view the world and deal with its social and emotional demands. So I'd like to focus on areas of opportunities, and these are 3 main areas where training programs miss the opportunity to enhance the experience for learners. But before we get into those 3 main areas of opportunity, I do want to quickly introduce myself. I'm Tai Sawyer, the principal consultant of Tai Sawyer Consulting, where we specialize in leadership development through emotional intelligence training. I help leaders outperform at their jobs using core emotional intelligence skills. So of the 9 stages in phase 2, the 3 main areas where trainers become lax in the experience are setting clear goals, maximizing opportunities to practice, and preparing learners for setbacks and relapse. Let's start with setting clear goals. Emotional intelligence training programs benefits the organization and the individual when there are clear, specific goals. For example, a vague goal such as developing self-confidence is, for an individual, is less effective than confidently presenting at least one of my ideas at each Monday morning strategy meeting. Which goal sounds clear and specific? Obviously, the latter one. Or for an organization, a goal such as increasing the emotional intelligence skills of our middle managers is less effective than an average EQ score of 85 in relationship management among our vice presidents. One is vague and could be a good goal, but the other is very specific, it's very clear, and is measurable. I recommend that organizations set measurable EQ goals, and each individual learner sets personal goals aligned with their values. This makes for a more effective and successful emotional intelligence training program. Now, the next main area of opportunity out of the 9 is maximizing opportunities to practice. The relationship between learning and practicing what you've learned is one of the oldest and best established principles. According to rigorous research, when it comes to emotional intelligence learning, there sometimes must be more practice than in other types of learning. And that's because old, ineffective neural connections need to be weakened so that new, more effective ones can be established. This kind of process requires repetition over a long period of time. This is why you need practice, why learners need to practice on the job. Not just in the training situation where they obviously will get some practice, but not everyone will be able to get practice during a training situation, especially depending on the size of the audience of learners. But it is needed in order for a transfer of the skills learned to eventually occur. Relying on a single 1 hour seminar or workshop is one of the most common errors made in social and emotional learning programs. Some believe that even an intense workshop lasting several days is usually not sufficient enough to help people unlearn old, rooted habits and developing new ones that will persist. The most effective training programs include repeated sessions of practice and feedback that can happen after the training program is over. The third main area of opportunity is preparing learners for setbacks and relapse. Slips happen in every area of our lives. It is no difference when it comes to emotional intelligence, which is skill development in a particular area. Relapse prevention is to help learners mentally prepare for those setbacks and get a clear understanding that it is a normal part of the change process. And because emotional intelligence skill development is most likely a new challenge for many learners, helping them prepare for the setbacks that they will encounter encourages them not to give up before, reaching the point where the new task, the new learned response is the automatic one. There will always be opportunities for continued improvement when it comes to emotional intelligence training. The key is to take advantage of those moments when they are presented to you. So I do want to thank you for tuning in to my short video on the second phase of emotional intelligence training. I'll see you next time.